Hey guys, back again for another, kind of short climbing wall session. Got two I want to do today. One I had a pretty good fall from last time, so I'm going to try finishing my warm up, kind of doing the top for it. I think it's one I might be able to get done today. The other one's going to be a little more difficult. What I'm hoping to do is just that first move. I tried it before as well, that underclean and then going to the crimp. I think before I was kind of pulling up too far, which made the underclean good, but then that hole was too far down. So I think if I can stay a little bit lower, grab it, that'll let me get some of that compression between the two holds. So that's kind of the goals for today. Obviously if I can do them both, that'll be wonderful. But maybe I can get one done and get that move done. That'll be a win if that works out. All right. Last time I did the top, I had my foot on that little nano hoist and had to jump. I was thinking going up would be easier. I'm not sure that's going to be easier. So actually I'll rest a little bit. I'm going to try putting right foot on the black hold. It's kind of a high step, but we'll see if that makes that move easier. Otherwise I'll go back to my foot. If I don't fall, go back to my foot here and just jump up. So we'll see. Let's give it another shot. All right, a little bit wider and high, felt pretty good. Ah, oh. Ah, almost all the chalk's gone. Almost slid off of the cramp a couple times. That was tough. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt, but I think kind of we can sum this up with the basic principle of if you're afraid of something or if you're experiencing fear with climbing, what can you do to make it safer? If we can make it safer, then there's going to be less of a threat or a danger signal going into our brain. Then our brain's not going to feel that need to protect us and hold us back. It was holding me back on doing that move until I kind of showed it like, no, this is okay. I can do this and it'll be safe. And then once that happened, there was not an issue anymore. This is something that's really important when we talk about pain neuroscience. And so we'll talk more about chronic pain on the podcast side of the videos. And when we do that, we can talk about DIMS and SIMS. This is a concept from Lorimer Mosley and David Butler in their book, The Protectometer. And I mean, because there certainly are things that are dangerous. Grabbing that hold, there was that risk for an injury to my hand. And so, I mean, that's a legitimate concern, a legitimate danger. But what are the things I can do to try to take some of that away and make it as safe as possible? And so that's what we just want to find. It's going to play out differently depending on what the issue is that you're facing, but that's the basic principle to kind of follow. So we'll get back to the previous video now. Thanks, guys. All right, I'm going to move on to the next one. It's one with the hand on the side and the underclean right about there. I'm going to just see if I can do the first move. Obviously, if I do it, I'll continue on, but that's really the main goal today is to learn that first move. So, the goal isn't every single session to try to send it or send the problem, send something new. I don't think it's wrong to try to have something, and I won't be upset if I do send it, but just being more realistic. If I can do that move, that'll be a win, and then maybe I can try to figure out the top. We'll just have to see how today goes, and let's give it this first shot. Not so good. Let's try one more. Oh, that was closer. Okay, so every time you fall, what you need to do when you get off the wall is try to figure out why. So like I said, I'm having trouble in that first move. The first time I didn't go up high enough, so that undercling couldn't do anything, so I just came right back down. The second time I was closer, I got my hand on the hole, but I'm still coming out. So what I'm going to try to do is come up where I got the undercling pretty good, but try to bring my hips in a little bit closer to the wall. I have a feeling they were out a little bit. So I'm going to see if I can maybe get in a little bit more, get that hold, and then go up. Hopefully it'll work. There we go. All right, so the conditions aren't wonderful. Lose a lot of chalk. I was at least able to do that move once. I haven't tried it again. I haven't done all the moves at the top, so I think I'll prioritize that, see if I can maybe figure out the top, and then let that be it for today. Let me just get in position. I'm just not sure where to go from there. I think what I wanted to do was to cross through to that white one in the middle and then go up to the last wood hole at the top on C. That doesn't seem to be possible with all the feet on that side. I do have this foothold on. I can try it from there, but I don't think that's going to work. But I'll rest, maybe try to give that a shot. It may be where I end up skipping that white hold and just doing like some kind of jump to get up to the last hold. Oh, too small of a box for me. Let me rest, chalk up, and I'll try the jump. All right, so for the jump, I've got two ways I could do it. There's this tiny purple foot here, and then that's one of the handholds. I can put my foot there and then just kind of jump up to the wood. I tried that before and I was able to definitely get to the hold. I did that last week. I wonder though about putting right foot on this and trying to kind of pogo up to it, if that'll have me in a better position. But I'm not sure if this volume is going to be in the way for the pogo. So let's kind of try it maybe with the pogo part first. Plus switching that foot might be a little bit hard since it's such a small hold. But let's try that and see. Oh, there's just not enough on that foot to be able to pogo up. If it was bigger, I think that could be a viable option. Again, let me rest just a minute, chalk up because all the chalk's gone, and I'll try to jump. I just realized I didn't have the left hand up where it should be, so I'll give that kind of another feel. Because I think even if I try to get my right foot on that purple hold, pogo doesn't feel good. I still think I can switch back and try the other jump. I was going to try it, but then there's just no way to push. The position felt good, so if that hold was bigger, I think that'd definitely be a viable option. So again, skin's about to go. Let me get some chalk, rest just a minute, and try the jump, try the dyno. That's just hard. That foot's so small, I gotta play with that. I hit my knee against the wall too. But I feel like if I could twist just a little, it'd get me in a better position on that hold. But that's it for today. Yeah, my skin's about gone. So hopefully what you guys learned, like I couldn't do that first move on the second problem. And it wasn't a strength issue. I mean, it seemed like it because I couldn't do the move, but it's more of a position issue. And so, I'm all about getting stronger. I think that's a good thing because I mean, just that gives us more margin for error on things. So I think we should always try to get stronger, but that shouldn't be the only focus, especially in a sport like climbing where it's so much. There's a huge skill. It's a skill sport. It's not truly a strength sport. There's obviously strength involved, just like there is in every sport, but the main thing is the skill. And so in this case, position means a lot. Will Anglin from Tension Climbing, he's talked a lot over the years about POE, position over everything. And so, I mean, getting that position made that move possible, whereas out of position, it's not possible. And that, last move I just did, I think a better position will help out. It's a little tricky. I probably needed my other lights today because I couldn't hardly see that purple hold to put my foot on. So that's why it kind of took a little while to get it placed and placed well. And then I spent too much energy and couldn't really get in position, trying to twist just a little. But, again, keep trying to get stronger for climbing. We need stronger fingers. It's never going to hurt anything, but don't just let that be the sole focus. If it is, it's going to mess you up. Luckily, when I first started climbing, I was strong. I'd already been lifting weights, could do pull-ups, different things like that. So I was able to improve to, kind of the same level of a lot of the people I was climbing with pretty quickly. But luckily, I also found the old book, Performance Rock Climbing, and they talked about the difference between just trying to muscle your way through everything and trying to find better technique, better skill to do stuff. So I always made that a focus as well, and trying to figure out the easiest way to do something rather than just trying to muscle through it. So anyway, hope this was helpful. I'm gonna go lift some weights and enjoy the rest of my Saturday. Bye guys.